Sweet.
Okay.
Awesome.
All
I
good.
got on the big screen. I got with my good microphone and my headset on.
Sweet.
Way better.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit the go live button,
Alrighty.
and
Got a spare ready?
yeah, not quite.
B.
Welcome everybody to Tuesday night stream of Tier 2, round 4 of Brands Hatch in the wet. Hopefully you can hear us loud and clear. I'm joined tonight with Knox. How are you,
Jets. Mate? Welcome.
Don't know where Adman is. I think he's running late. I'm sure he'll jump in and join us at some stage. But if you can hear us, can you give us a bit of a sound check to make sure that we're coming through nice and clear? So what do you think of tonight's event, Knox?
Well, it's going to be a tricky one in the wet here tonight. But I think, geez, some of these Tier 2 guys, they're quick tonight. I had a little run in the practice session, and gee, you got Team Little Bear there and Kickin' and Rip It, Wang Poo Panda. Gee, they're all up there in the times. Like I reckon they're doing Tier 1 times here. So yeah. Awesome to see. Gonna be awesome racing tonight.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I think a few of the boys, from feedback that I've had, they've been doing a fair bit of practice, which I think's important.
I can
not just
definitely tell that.
Not just for Tier 2, but for Tier 1 as well. Yeah, quite a few of them have been putting in the laps. I can, vouch for that. Can you hear us, guys? Just throw a quick one up on the chat on the YouTube. And we'll see what they come back with, mate. What I might just quickly do, mate, is I might just bring up the current Roger. Yep, which is great. I might just bring up the... Yep, which is good. I'm going to bring up the current point standings before we go to qualifying here in Tier 2. It's being led currently by M. Harris on 87 points. Bitsamison on 85. Flung Poo Panda on 80. Shamrock on 66. Team Little Bear 64. Scotty Pie 58. Cermic Squid 57. Interreels 54, AB Saints 51, and Saint Sim on 48. That rounds out the top 10. When it comes to the Teams Championship, currently we've got BHR on 362, SAR 333, GRT 330, PNL 296, and PRT 254. So it's... look, there's a lot of racing still to go, and I think, it's still really anybody's trophy to be had when we make our way to the end of the season. What are your thoughts, Knox?
Oh, definitely. We still got a lot of races to go. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, so go BHR. We're doing pretty well at the moment, but anything can happen in any race, and any team can have a real big windfall or a bad night at the races. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Totally agree. We'll get back into this because quali has just commenced. Who are you tipping for P1 tonight in quali?
In quali?
Yeah.
It's going to be a close one. I think Team Little Bear is probably the pick of the bunch at the moment, and I think Kickin' and Rip It, he actually had the quickest time in the practice, so could be between those two, and M. Harris can never say no to him, so I think those three will be the ones to look out for.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think it's obviously key, to finish first. First you've got to finish, and this is going to be a difficult one tonight, I think. Whilst some of these guys have some very, very good, outright lap pace. Can they keep it on the black stuff for the entire duration of the 1 hour event?
And I think that's something that Team Little Bear's been probably trying to work on. I think he's been a little bit. He's definitely had the 1 lap pace, but he's had a few little mistakes here and there at each race. If he can keep it all together tonight, he's got absolutely great chance of being on the podium, if not first place.
Yeah, totally agree. I just jump on board with Team Little Bear as he starts the end of his out lap and onto his first flyer, and let's see what he can put together straight away. That's still showing you in the room.
Oh, do I have to get something to jump out, do I?
It just shows you, it's still showing your name in there, that's all.
No, I think I'm still in the actual server.
Oh, yeah. If you can jump out.
Can do. Got a little bit flustered with everything else going on.
Absolutely.
Sort that out.
This is rather clunky getting around to the individual drivers, I tell you. Here we go, finally onto Team Little Bear.
Let's see how he goes.
Yep.
He's going down the straight now. So you got to try and keep up the speed around these corners here. And try not to spin the tyres coming out of them. Oh, he's hit the grass a bit there, so that's going to slow him down a bit. We've still got 12 minutes to go, so you can do a few more laps. I don't think this will be his best lap, and he's gone a bit wide there too, and on the grass. So he's got to refocus and definitely do a better lap in this one.
I think with the wet conditions, they're going to have to, allow probably the start of their third lap to get those tyres up to pressure where they really want them. I think, depending on how they've got it managed, close the brake duct, a little bit more PSI to get them to come up a little earlier. But yeah, so it's the 35.2 for his first time out. That's not too shabby. Into P3.
Solid. But yeah, he was doing 33, so we'll probably expect him to get that time later on.
Currently up by nearly half a second.
So I think the main thing is who's going to try and risk it all and go for glory here, and who's going to play it safe and just put some solid times in and do the same thing for the race.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's being a racer, it's pretty hard not to go for the glory. You always want to push as hard as you can.
Oh, look, I totally agree. It's in some cases, with the qualifying, it's bin it or win it. You've got the 60 minutes to, if you've got the pace, if it doesn't all come together. This is looking pretty good though.
It's looking pretty smooth so far.
There we go, 33.4. It's into P1
Ooh.
for Team Little Bear. So great effort.
Well done.
Back to the leaderboard. So we've got Flung Poo Panda in P1.
He's gone up.
33.2.
Wow. Sensational time that.
Yep.
So Team Little Bear's going to have to find a little bit more. He's hit the grass there, so not going to be this lap. He's going to have to put in an absolute blinder, because that's some serious quick times there.
Yeah, that's very fast, isn't it?
St. Sim in P3 there. That is a great time from him.
That's a PRT, 3 drivers in the top 4. That's excellent work from them.
Mm.
Have a look at a couple of the other drivers that might be sort of in the hunt. Shamrock here in P6. He's up, well, was up slightly.
It's a pretty good time for him.
Yep.
I think he'd be happy to be up that high at this moment.
I totally agree with that.
So I think a lot of the T2 boys have been putting a lot of time lately on this track. It's good to see.
Yeah, they definitely have. And welcome to Sparky God, who's finally got himself a PS5
Hey,
and
congrats.
a late call up to PRT. So there's another one. Unfortunately, it was a little bit late notice. I couldn't update the server in the background to get the PRT beside his name, but we'll make sure that's there for the next round for him. But he's looking all right too, just quietly. Up by nearly half a second.
And welcome everyone in the chat. Nice to see you. Say hi.
Yeah, they definitely have.
Hello guys, how are you?
Oh,
Hey,
have you got a late
big
note?
fella.
I beg your pardon?
Have you got a late note?
I do actually.
Welcome, ads.
Thank you. I sold I had a boat propeller on Facebook Marketplace with this guy from Ocean Grove Port, and man, he could talk a leg off a wooden horse. I couldn't get away. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're 7 minutes to go of quali. Ads.
Yep.
And
Beautiful.
it's Flung Poo Panda in pole at the moment.
Oh really?
Yep. And Team Little Bear right, hot on his heels. Heels. Ready.
Where's M Harris popping into?
P5, mate. 6/10 behind. Pole.
Yep.
And check out those times, ads. 33.2.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what is a good time here, to be quite honest. In the web, I haven't done any laps at all as I'm not racing, so I haven't wasted any time to do any. But I have seen a little bit of chatter around Bear doing some hot laps that people were quite amazed at. So if that's a 32 and a 30, low 33, I think that's pretty damn good, isn't it?
Yep, that's tier 1 times, I reckon. Even though I'm struggling to get that, so I had a little go in the practice session with the boys this afternoon, and yeah, Team Little Bear and Flung Poo Panda are right with me.
Yep.
So
I think I need to find a little bit more on the Aston to keep up with the other tier 1 guys.
Mate, I heard the Aston's supposed to be the car in the wet.
Oh, I'm not feeling it.
So what have we got? A total of 18 in there? No, 17. Is that correct?
We've got 17 in there tonight.
Oh, who are we missing?
Well, I'm not too sure. P&L, so...
Oh, I've got Wayne Morris is still in Melbourne. He's not racing tonight for BHR.
Yeah, I've got Swatto Spurious Noise who's not there tonight. So there's 2, but I've still got 1, 2, still got 4 in there.
Now let's look. Just looking at the top 5, you've got PRT 1 and PRT 3 and 4. It's not a bad effort actually.
Yeah, they've got a good team tonight.
They sure do. They need to claw some points back that I saw from the championship table today. So this is definitely going to be their opportunity to be able to do that.
Well, we're coming through loud and clear, as we've checked all of that, so which is a good thing.
Very good. What about Viper?
No Viper, and no.
Matt McMahon.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt messaged me this afternoon and said that he's having terrible troubles with disconnections all the time.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there for him, but he definitely wanted to get in there and have a go, but it just didn't work out that way, unfortunately.
Yeah, Gaz has put his 2 cents worth in the comments, mate, saying amazing times. I totally agree, Gaz. Might be in the back half of the field, I reckon. In this room.
Yeah, I reckon Ty Morgo's told him to say that.
Absolutely, Cameron. Definitely quality will be key here. If you get out in front, yeah, it's definitely hard to pass around this track. And definitely in the wet too.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Noxie. I need just jump on board with someone, K-Man, if we can. Who you got there? Is that?
That's Scotty. Where you want to?
Scotty Pie.
Yep. You want to jump on board with Scotty?
Yep. So I know that just coming down along this back straight here, especially in the wet. So coming around this fast right-hander, critical to stay off the curbing, and then setting up for this next right-hander as well. You can ride a little bit of the curb. It's better to coast over that. But this is the corner that catches everyone out even dry. So if you get this right in the wet, you'll definitely have an opportunity to sneak up on the inside of a few cars, I reckon.
He's looking pretty good so far. He's a bit of the grass there. That's going to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on his out lap at the minute, so with a minute and a half to go, so he'd be looking.
Set this last lap up for him.
I do expect that. Hey, Run Fire, how you going, mate? I do expect that, considering the circumstances with the track conditions out there, there's probably going to be a little bit of carnage tonight as well. So I think anyone that's in mid-pack, back and rear of field, this is going to be an opportunity where they can sort of just cool their heels a little bit and let the guys at the front, battle it out. Hopefully have a few drop off where they can cycle through and pick up a few spots.
And you may have missed it, but Sparky has lashed out, got himself a PS5, mate, and joined the grid as a late starter. And there's Viper Z. Viper Z has just joined the room.
Very good.
I know that name. That's from Gran Turismo days.
That is, mate.
He's going to be a pretty tough competitor to beat.
Yeah, well, we got him to... he's come in as a privateer so far. I got him to log some laps today at Old Park and Dry. Just to get a little bit of an idea as to how he went. And he's let me just have a quick look here, but he's basically never driven at Old Park before, he said.
Well, that will definitely hinder him a bit.
Yeah.
And considering he's missed the quali now, it's definitely going to hinder him.
Absolutely.
But there we go. So we got Fongfu Panda in pole so far. I think is everyone done, or then
No, there's still a few running around. At the minute, the problem is the what it shows us on the screen is not actually relative of who's still putting in the laps. Saint Sim's still out there. Bits of missings in the pits. M. Harris in the pits. Shamrock's in the pits. So you got Saint Sim. Oh, no, it looks like it's all over.
Done. So Flung Poo Panda. God, that's hard to say when you've got a glass of red in you. And kick it and rip it up to second there. So he's pipped Team Little Bear for third there, or second. And Saint Sim doing an awesome job in fourth. And Bits of Missing 5, M. Harris 6, Shamrock 7th, and Spucky God in 8th. Exorcist Hell in 9th, and around out the top 10 is Cobb McCool. So awesome stuff from them.
Yeah, no, that's a really good effort from those guys, and what a pick up for Team PRT for getting Flung Poo Panda there. Hopefully, like we just said before, hopefully he can contribute some good team points to Team PRT, as they need to definitely pick up the slack a little bit. But Bounty's in the chat tonight as well, so he'd be pretty happy with the outcome there, having the first two positions. Well, he's got 3 cars in the top 4, so that's a really good effort. And we spoke last round, Cobb McCall, really good improvements from him as well from season 8, and I think that's fantastic that he's up in position 10. And we've got Bounty's in there too. What's Bounty? Is he?
No, actually... he's not in there. There's no time from Bounty, mate. He was in there earlier.
Oh, he was in there. Was he?
Yep.
Yep, rightio. Oh, yep. I can see.
Might be doing a Rigsy.
Well, nah, only Rigsy can do a Rigsy, I reckon. I saw a photo on Facebook, actually. I think it was a LS3, a badge of an LS3. So maybe Rigsy can tell us what he's purchased. Oh, actually, I think he did. It was a VF Series 2 with an LS3 in it. So yeah, look forward to seeing some videos of burnouts from Rigsy.
It looked pretty good in the pictures. It looked pretty fun to drive. A little bit jelly.
Yeah. So this is so what's the strategy tonight, Knots? If you're in the hot seat and you're up in the first row there, what's the strategy in terms of where do you pit? Do you pit early or run long?
I don't really want to give my strats away, but I think the first thing is just stay calm and keep on the road. I think just staying, first lap, just keep it straight, and then start thinking about what you're gonna do. I think it's probably a good idea to just maybe stay out a little bit longer, an extra lap or two. When it comes to pit times, I think the wet tyres are okay for a little bit longer than halfway. So you could probably go 3/4 of the race without noticing much degradation.
Yep.
But I haven't done much racing in the wet. So what do you guys think?
Well, I'm pretty sure that a wet tyre is probably good for about an hour and a half. To be honest. The research that I've done, I've actually done a full race on wets, not by choice, but it just happened that way because I had to, and they were actually okay. Maybe someone in the chat could verify what the wet tyre looks like over a 60-minute period.
But maybe if you're someone at the back or the mid pack and you want to get past someone, you could actually pit in earlier, get some fresh air, and go for the rest of the race on your tyres, new tyres.
Yeah. So since I'm not racing next week, I reckon that if I was going to do it, I'd probably come in off the race start. So that first race lap, come into the pits and do my mandatory tyre stop, and then just fill up with fuel and run around for the rest of the period, and just stay out of everyone's way, I reckon.
Yeah, yep. Because the spray does make things pretty hard to see, so that could slow you down. You could miss your braking points, miss your turn-in points. So yeah, definitely hard to be right behind someone here in the rain.
Well, if I was in your shoes in the Aston Martin and surrounded by the company that you've been surrounded by, like with Keaton and Matt Mint and all those guys, sort of like seriously, if you're battling for position and you got those guys around you, I'd be shitting myself. I reckon.
I probably won't see them in this wet race, so I think I'll be in the mid pack in the Aston. To be honest.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be down with K-Man then.
Yeah, welcome, mate. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to the back end of the field.
It'll still be a fun race, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, just what you're talking about with just over a minute to go before they head out in the formation lap. In a race like this, running your fuel super low, so that you finish, at the end of the race with a couple of litres, I don't think is anywhere near as important when it's in the wet. So I'd probably be carrying a bit more fuel. And just to allow me to make the choice as to when I pit, whether I choose to pit very early or whether I choose to go mid or I choose to go, fairly long.
Yeah, it definitely gives you a lot more options then.
30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Yeah, I reckon I'll stick to for me, that's what I would do, purely for the fact being that, you get in a bit of a tangle with someone and have an off. Just trying to get back onto the track again, wet grass. Sometimes it's just not worth going down that path, if that makes sense.
Mm.
But no, I'm not going to whinge about that. So here we are. We're race start on their formation lap. I'm not quite sure how much tyre temperature they're going to get into their tyres on this particular formation lap, but geez, you can see the spray, and they're not even going quick. Is horrendous.
Yeah, good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck to them.
That'll give you a bit of an idea just on the in-car with Team Little Bear.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's not nice.
That's one of the things that they've worked on in this game from PC side, and obviously that's transferred over to console too, to get it as realistic as they possibly could. With the wet weather conditions. So it does make it very, very hard to see. If you've done enough laps and you've got a bit of muscle memory, that will definitely help you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, when you see real life onboards in the wet, it's pretty much this. This is what they're seeing. And yeah, if you want simulation here, this is it. I think they could have easily gone the more arcadey route and made it less intense, but I think they've done the right call, even though it's annoying to be a driver and see all the spray. It's just another challenge that you've got to overcome.
Well, we're going to stick on board with Team Little Bear, which I think should give us a decent overview of the front half a dozen 8 drivers, I would think.
That's a damn good effort by Kicker too, in the Mercedes to be up in position 2.
Oh, and there was nothing in it. Here we go. Race start initialised. And they're green. They're away.
Here we go. All right, let's keep it clean, fellas. Let's see what happens.
Well, somebody has gone around.
Ooh.
Yeah, well done. I think it'll be awesome to do the jump presentation.
Oh, and Team Little Bear's gone in front and kick it there. Just put his nose in front. He's going to go after Kung Fu Panda now. Good stuff from Team Little Bear.
Yep. And so you can do a
He's pushing pretty hard early on.
He's taking different lines so he doesn't get the spray of Panda here, which is not a bad idea in the wet.
No, bits of missing that went around at the start.
Oh,
Down to the back of the field.
He's going to be kicking himself after that. He's had a great qualifying, and now he's at the back of the pack. So he's got a lot of work to do.
Where's he dropped? Right down the back, is he?
Yeah, he went around at the start. He sort of went around. I just caught it at part of the stream, and you know, sort of it seemed to be a little bit early on turn one.
Yep.
So yeah, not too sure what transpired. I don't know whether he might have got a tap or yeah.
The Vipers, yeah, just put a move on Cobb and Cool then.
Oh, there he goes, buddy.
Long Poo, he's hit the grass there.
He has.
And Team Little Bear is going to put the pressure on him now hard. It's going to be a drag race down the straight here.
He's going to make the move here, I reckon.
Who's going to blink?
No, Little Bear's got him.
Oh.
Great move by Team Little Bear.
And he's held it too. Kept it on the black stuff. Beautiful work.
Great
Little
racing
Bear.
that.
That is unbelievable that he's just done that.
Yep, and I think had a little bit of tat there, so to hold that around the corner, yeah, phenomenal car control there.
And he took the fastest lap too.
He's doing it all.
Yeah, I remember a little while ago, you know, when well, no one was really bagging Team Little Bear for being in the Honda, but he's stuck to his guns and he's stayed in the Honda this whole entire time, as far back as I can even remember, to be honest. I think even from around season 2. And the fact that he's able to, you know, put it up on into P1 at the moment, he'd nearly be a contender for tier 1, I reckon. Next season, K-Man. What are you thinking?
Oh, well, I think there's more than one in this group that could find themselves in tier 1 quite easily.
Yep. If they can stay this consistent, definitely they can get into the tier 1 category.
They might jump on board with Viper. Viper's carrying a little bit of damage there, but he is on the move.
He's made up a lot of positions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the Lambo too, so it's kind of a rare car to see in the Rouge Championships lately. So it's pretty cool to see a Lambo on the grid and doing well here.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, from what I've seen with the lap times, he's definitely a tier one operator, I would think.
Now, is he still on the controller or is he on a wheel now? Because he used to play Gran Turismo on the controller, as I remember.
Well, maybe K-Man, if you do an in-car, you'll see the steering wheel inputs will tell us, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I'll have to jump through and... Yep, there we go. That looks like a steering wheel to me.
Yeah. That looks pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Yep, it does. So he's made the step up to a wheel, so he was very quick on the controller. So
Yeah.
I don't think it'll take much to be quick on the steering wheel after that.
No, well, he's up into P7 already, so that's got to be 3 laps in. That's quick moving, that's for sure.
Yes. So he might have a light fuel load here too, maybe.
Could
He
do.
might be pitting early just to get those positions up. GT King saying, yep, Viper is on a wheel now.
Oh, excellent. Thanks, GT.
Let's have a look at a couple of these battles. We've got some close battles. We're off into P10 because he started down towards the back a little. Bits are missing. Let's have a look at. I wonder if he's got any damage. Oh yeah, this frustrates me.
You're doing a good job, K-Man.
Yeah, you just got to go through the whole field. A little bit in the back end there.
Yeah, a little bit of scratches there, so he might have had a bit of a spin around and hit a wall too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's carrying a bit of bark off the front too, so.
Oh, and low end dead's gone a bit wide there. That would have been a bit risky.
Yeah, so he's low end in the Ferrari, so he didn't see many of the front Ferraris now. They do go. Hey, up. Hello. Hello.
You got to tell him to mute his mic. He goes away and has his conversations.
Two conversations at the moment. Yeah, you don't see that many Ferraris. That's for sure.
Nah.
And who's that?
That was Viper.
Oh no! Did he hit the wall there? All his hard work and
Yeah, I think he may
I
have.
think he has. He's put a tyre on the grass and that has just undid all his hard work.
I think
Very
he
unfortunate.
was sort of coming around the outside there, I think, of Sparky.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether they actually touched or they didn't touch. But
Yeah, we
yeah.
only just saw the last bit of that, so I'm
Yep.
not sure.
we've got Sparky, we've got Shamrock. Shamrock a little bit out on his own, just putting in the laps.
Funko Panda's just still hanging on to Team Little Bear here. So keeping the pressure on. So these two are starting to build a little gap.
Kickett sitting in third. St. Sim's doing a good job in the Ferrari. In
Yes.
P4.
Doing very well. I think it's this is got to be one of his highest grid positions
I would tend to
so
think
far
so
in
too.
the championship. So if he can keep it on the straight and narrow, this will be a race to remember for him.
Yeah. Got a bit of a battle here with M. Harris and Sparky.
So we got the Beamer versus Audi again.
Yep.
So we got plenty of them on the grids, some both tier 1 and 2. They're the most popular cars this season.
Well, Knox, I keep talking about it, but I've got to put an official announcement, into the season 9 announcements. That just to remind everybody that when it comes to season 10, it's time to change cars. So,
I think don't tell Fly or someone that.
oh no, that's part and parcel. They've had 7 races, nearly half a year. By the time the season comes to an end, You know, we could, you know, maybe a few more updates, a few more BOPs, and who knows what car might be the fastest.
Well, if
Back.
we get
Honda.
The Honda, you reckon?
Yeah.
And listen,
Honda
if
Civic.
you want to go off, that's the second time now ads and have conversations. Can you mute yourself?
Yeah, sorry about that. I
Yeah.
actually took off into the kitchen. No, apologies, it's my under-9s football team manager. We're getting ready for the season to kick off, and we've got a fair bit going on, so yeah, sorry.
Oh, Sparky's run wide and M. Harris has got past him.
Alright, so M. Harris is going to have to. He's got about, what's that, 5 seconds to Shamrock now?
Yep.
We've got a bit of work to do, but he has shown the pace in this championship so far, so he should be able to do it.
Look, for M. Harris, as you may or may not know, it's my son-in-law, so he's done no racing in the wet at all. So this is all new to him.
Sparky guy's right there with him. He doesn't want to leave him alone though.
No, oh, Sparky's off onto the
Go
grass a bit.
grass. Yep.
First of our pitters, Christoph from SAR's into the pits in the Porsche.
And looks like Scotty Pye has 2 already as well.
Yeah, and bits missing as well. I didn't pick up on those 2 going in.
No, so that is very early, so I wonder if they maybe had damage or is this part of the strategy?
Yeah, I guess time will tell.
Well, looking at the front of the Porsche, I'm going to say that there might be a bit of damage there.
You might be right.
And Viper's dropped back a couple of spots by the looks of it.
Yeah,
he had
an off. Going around the outside around the back straight, touched the grass and he's gone around and hit the wall.
Jump on board here with Saint Sim, mate. He's having a cracking race. As Knox mentioned it before, that, you know, this has got to be right up there with one of his, you know, highest positions, I would think.
Who's that?
Saint Sim.
Oh, yeah, definitely, for sure.
P4.
Yeah, no, this is a really good effort from Saint Sim to be up that high. And looks like he's got a clean car, so that's a good start. But yeah, even where's Shamrock's SAR, isn't he? Or,
Yeah, P5.
yeah, so he's doing the job as well.
Yep.
Yes, so some great drives, some drivers we don't usually see up this high. Yeah, great to see them this high up too.
Jeez. Listen, M. Harris and Sparky got about 4 seconds behind Shamrock.
Yes, I think
They're
so.
closing right on him.
Mm.
Oh, unless Shamrock's had a bit of an off.
Yeah, he's probably tripped over himself a little bit, I'd say.
Yep.
We're going to have a decent, possibly 4-way battle here soon.
Well, Scotty Pye, they got ahead of him.
He's in the back. Yeah, bad to be left.
So we certainly had the blue flag situation from Tier 1 round last week, which we've so Scotty's done the right thing there and backed out it. And those guys
work.
through. So well done to Pye.
Yep, good driving there.
And he's let
them all
Sparky
through.
go through.
Yep, great work.
That's exactly what we want to see happen.
If he couldn't pull away, that's exactly what you need to do.
So Cameron Footner was saying Scotty had an incident at lap 2 or 3. He was facing the wrong way after turn 2.
Right.
No, that's a shame.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's shown some real good pace lately. The last couple of races, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be driving in the wet on a controller. That's for sure.
No, definitely not, mate.
Oh, no team orders here, by the way. Just let me say, no team orders.
No, that's
Shamrock
what-
just moved out of the road for M Harris.
Mhm. Well, if he's, I think that Shamrock's done the right thing there, because if Emma Harrison's quicker, it's better to let him go by and jump in behind and get a bit of a tow, I think.
Yep.
Yep, follow their lines, their braking points.
Well, M Harris is going in a bit deep
Pull along.
into turn 2 there.
Sparky God's not having any part of this, though. He's thinking, like, you know, if you guys want to.
Oh, I
Take-
think he's just gone around. I think Sparky just went around.
Oh,
Yes,
with Shamrock.
it was Shamrock. Oh,
So
no.
they'll-
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know what happened there. Oh, who knows? His car looks pretty shit, and that didn't look good.
it definitely didn't look good.
I don't know if he's.
Yeah, he's having steering
Or not.
issues.
Yeah. Nah, he's done.
Yeah, that may have been the problem.
That's really unfortunate. He was doing really well up the front there.
Yeah, well. Maybe we got some other close battle. Let's get up the front with Panda with the fastest lap so far.
And right on Team Little Bear here,
Yep.
still. So I think these guys might be fighting to the end here. It's going to be a cracking battle, I think.
Well, they're coming up on Add Too Many. Does a great job just moving out of the road there to let the boys continue to race. This could be a race of pit stops.
I think you're going to find Panda's going to make a move on Team Little Bear here probably in the next couple of laps, I think.
Yeah, he's going to want to put his paw down.
Yep.
So how did you come up with that saying, Docs?
I just the red. It's all the red.
Yeah.
You only get one though. That's all I have.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those situations. Again, you know, we saw that with Sparky and Shamrock. Unfortunately, you know, Shamrock's done the right thing by letting M Harris through, and then he's become a victim of, you know, another situation. So, where is he, K-Man? Is he still with us, or is he?
I'm just. He's in the pits.
Yeah,
He couldn't drive it, so he's had to return to the pits and sit and wait, which is very unfortunate. Okay,
Yeah, that's
back,
not a very. Anyway, back at the top, these two guys.
well, this is where the race is at the minute.
Exactly. And Panda, look, Dan, to be honest, Panda doesn't look like he's actually looks like he's dropping back off Team Little Bear now. Team Little Bear does not look phased at all by the pressure that was applied one lap ago.
He might have had a bit of an ordinary turn before, so he can be swing back and forth. It's very hard to get every corner correct. So he might come back here. So he's already back on him now
Yeah.
and having another crack.
Cameron Footner just mentioned, by the way, that they've both got paws.
They do too. reckon for Cameron Footner identifying that, that's definitely a Shuey moment for sure.
Well, he'd know all about that because he's got a foot in his name as well.
That's this is getting worse.
Oh,
Should I stop drinking the red now? I can continue on with the
no,
danger.
carry on. Carry on, absolutely. Just looking back at these other gaps, the only place I can see something coming down is M. Harris closing in on St. Sim, down to 1.4 seconds.
Ooh, Panda was just looking up the inside of St. Little Bear then.
Looking very racy here, Panda. He wants to get a move done here. I don't think he wants to do it in the pits.
Ooh,
And they...
over.
Oh,
And a lot of grass.
A lot of grass there. Lucky to keep that straight. He's taking a wide line there. Very
very wide and very shallow.
Yeah. If I'd done that in the Aston, I'll be out in the grass.
What's the car of choice for next season, mate?
Lucky Dip. Lucky Dip.
Like you did.
Could be one of the new DLC cards if we get them in time. Hopefully the console gets them not too long after the PC.
It'd be nice to see us get some loving.
Any idea?
New Ferrari.
New Ferrari, the Porsche, and Lambo, Evo, I think it is.
Rightio.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Chat. So I think they could be the pick of the bunch.
Yeah, I think the new Porsche might be the go-to car, I think.
Yeah, I can see Javar leading the flag for that one.
Yeah.
He'll be frothing at the mouth for that one, I think.
I believe that it's got a little bit more legs too on the straights.
Oh, that'll make it very, very strong then. I think that's its only weakness is its straight line speed.
That's correct, yeah.
It'll definitely depend what they do with the bop.
We'll stay with this race lead for a little bit, I think, guys, or should we? M. Harris is now 6/10 off St. Sim.
I reckon just stay with this one for a little bit, K-Man, just because of the closeness that these guys have showing here. I think that, especially we've got black cars coming up.
You can make it very hairy. Oh no, great job, straight out of the road.
And he's just... Oh,
I thought he'd lost it there.
He might have went drifting to the left or around that corner, I think.
It's, I think that's had too many, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good save there.
Oh, Panda on the
Touched
grass.
the grass there. Got to be careful. They're pushing hard.
A bit of a gap. Jump to this one.
Yeah, the BMW definitely looks like the better car that's suited to the wet track conditions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looks very stable here. And take a couple of bumps and it still seems stable. But I think the MR cars here are doing pretty well for themselves too. You got a Ferrari and the Honda up the front here.
What's Kickett's in the Mercedes, isn't he?
Yes, in the AMG.
Yeah. It's good that we've got a good mix of cars in both here.
Love to see it.
And Cobb McCall doing a good job in the Aston.
Oh, legend.
It's got me bugging, mate. Not see how you've got that thing hooked up. To be honest, I know.
I think it just sort of gels with my drive style, to be honest. I started driving it when I was testing one before the season opener, and kind of enjoyed it. I'm like, it felt pretty fast for the first track. I'm like, oh, I might as well stick with it. See how we go.
Yep. I like the pop through the gear change.
Oh yeah. Every time. Sounds great.
Yeah. I just couldn't get it to. So a lot of my, turn-in adjustments is done through, rear height or rear wing. With the Audi, you do one click up or down, and it makes a huge difference. With the Aston Martin, I was going from one side right through the other side, and it made no difference at all.
Yeah, you got to put a pretty big brake on it to have a similar effect with the.
He's gone a bit wide.
Harris has gone wide there. No, not Harris.
Saint Sim, we put the pressure on him, and
he's kept it on the track though.
He has, so that's a great job by Saint. M Harris up to P4.
Evening, Stu. Welcome.
Hey, Stu.
Hey, Stu. How you going? You going to jump into the green room, mate, and come and give us 5 minutes of your beautiful voice?
Is it that beautiful?
Tell us about all the hot grannies you had today at tennis.
Not an image I wanted in my head. It looked like Team Little Bears pulled out a little bit from Flung Poo Panda here. Just over a second. I wonder if he's found a groove or if Panda's just had a little bit of a moment somewhere.
I reckon Panda's had a little bit of a moment, to be quite honest, mate. I reckon that because he's taken a lot more of the corners than what Team Little Bear has been taking, and maybe that he just feels like that he doesn't have that pressure back on him, so he can settle back into his groove and concentrate on going forwards rather than looking in the rear vision mirror. But
yeah.
It doesn't take much. That's the problem. You're only going to have one little twitch of the car. You drop say 5 tenths, 6 tenths, and before you know it, they're right behind you again.
Yeah.
Your request has been denied by Stu.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he said no.
Where was that?
Yeah, in the chat.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Thanks, Stu. It's just, we're having a chat to Stu today, and some good news, with his mum getting the all clear, and which is fantastic, and his son, graduating through the army there and doing really, really well. So he saw some nice photos of the family up on Facebook, and Stu's son definitely looks like his mum.
He's lucky, isn't he?
Lucky for him.
Baradog, what time are the leaders running? He'd like to know. All right, Burrow, you're going to have to put up with me scrolling through the whole field to find the leaders. Oh, here we go. 33.2, Burrow. How about that?
Yeah, that is rapid race time. That's quali pace right there.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
And then Panda's caught back up onto the back of him too.
Yep. So I think definitely he's got a magnet on the back of the Honda there, I think, and keeps sucking Panda back in.
Well, they've gone past the halfway mark. Strategy for me, if I was in Panda's seat right now, I reckon I'd probably pit. Try and get a little bit of fresh air, and then hopefully make up some time on Team Little Bear and get him on the pit stop.
Yeah, I agree. They got plenty of time behind them. Yeah, it's almost, what, 20 seconds now. Close to it. Can't quite see in the stream. A little bit blurry.
They're out to kick it and rip it, bring it back to the big screen. Yeah, 17 seconds.
Yeah, so he might, depends, it's a bit iffy sometimes because he could come out with traffic, which...
Oh, and there we go. Panda's in. Sorry, Little Bear's in.
Little Bear's blinked first. So that's put Panda in the hot seat. He's got clean air now. So if he can put in some rapid times now, he might find himself in front of Team Little Bear. But it's all on Team Little Bear to keep it smooth and clean.
There's Panda, so let's see what Panda does over the next couple of laps. See how hard he pushes it.
Yeah, well, he's just clipped the grass there and gone wide, but
yeah,
that's certainly not what he wants to do. He wants to have clean laps, but depending on his fuel load, this is an opportunity to definitely get the hop on Team Little Bear.
He's catching ads here too, so hopefully he doesn't get held up too much. Ads has been pretty good with the blue flags already.
Yeah, so Ad Too Many's new to the Tuesday night stuff. He's been a Sunday Night League runner, migrating over from Project Cars 2, and definitely finding his feet. And I reckon by the end of the season, he will definitely be up there for season 10, which will be good to see.
Oh, definitely. He was always a pretty good steerer in Gran Turismo, so I don't think it'll take him that long to come to grips with ACC here.
Hey, K-Man, I like Stu's comment. He said that he's got a head like a dropped pie.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Oh, rodeo.
Oh, see, now he was up by 3/10 and now he's down. So he was pushing for quite a hot lap. Up again. Because his last lap he was down just over a second, or just on a second from his fastest. So, as you said, with Little Bear pitting, if Little Bear's had a, standard pit stop without any, issues, that first lap wasn't a good one.
He's going to come out heavy with fuel, and he's got to get his tyres up to temperature. So, even if Panda does jump in and comes out in front, all he's got to do is stick on the racing line and then, hold him off. So
he's going for another lap here. Where did Barrows ask? Where did Team Little Bear drop in?
Little Bear
after he pit.
Back into P5. It's
going past the Vipers now.
It's got that's NZ low NZ. He's just gone past. Oh, and he's gone a little wide.
The grass there. So that's not going to help his cause here to stay in front of Panda.
Bit of foam all over the circuit there, so somebody's obviously hit that. Harris is pitted as well in amongst that.
So Panda's still cycling around, I take it?
Yeah, currently he is, yes. Absolutely.
Yep, so that's a good strategy. Heavy fuel, go long. Got 24 minutes to go.
Yep. It's that thing you've got to either choose to or not to give yourself, obviously, have more fuel to allow you that option, if that's what you want to do.
Here we go.
And here he is. So
Panda going in.
So while he's going in, we'll just have a quick look at whereabouts Little Bear is. Okay. Coming down the hill up to the fast right-hander.
Going to be close. Oh, it's Team Little Bear gone a bit wide there as well.
No, he kept it on the stuff, black stuff. Well, geez, he likes to run it a bit wide there.
He's definitely pushing though. He knows what's going on.
He does.
Panda's still in the pits. Here comes Little Bear. Panda's on the move.
Panda's the way. So he's coming around the final corner here. It's going to be close. Very close.
Out of the pits. Here he comes.
I think he's got him. I think Panda's got him.
I reckon he has too.
Now, what are his tyres like?
Cold.
Can Team Little Bear duck up on the inside here? He looked. Oh!
He's closed the door on him.
Panda's reacted. He's closed the door. Yep.
He's just got to be careful he doesn't run it out on the grass or get onto the curbing.
Yeah.
Well, they're both going to be careful that they don't ruin their entire race for the pair of them.
But now's the time to do it though, with Team Little Bear's better tyres. If you can make the move now and stick it, we'll be back in front.
This is brilliant racing by these guys. Nice and clean. Very respectful of each other, which is great to see. We often comment too, Noxie, with the Tier 2 stuff that, these guys have definitely stepped up and, previously they weren't privy to having a stream with commentating, and I'm glad that we're able to do that for these guys because, what they're showing us here tonight is a high-level display of professionalism from these guys, which is really good to see.
Oh, absolutely. These guys are putting on a show for us. Great to see. They're both driving at pretty much. This will be both their best races, I think, so far in the championship. Oh, and as I say, that Team Little Bear's gone a little bit deep there.
What's the track temperature at the moment? 21?
Track temp is 21, ambient is 16.
Yeah, what did it start at?
Not much higher than that, mate. It's pretty consistent. The weather variability is static, so it's pretty constant. Okay, so M. Harris has ended up in front of Kick It and Rip It. So this could
really?
Be,
well, Kick It was running
P3
for a bit
Yep.
there. Yeah.
I'd say he's had an off somewhere because St. Sim's in front of him as well.
Oh, yeah, I reckon you might be right there. Big shout out to AB Saints. Getting his name up there in P3. Hasn't done his pit stop yet, but that's okay. He's giving it a crack, which is good. And we've got Viper Z needs to do his pit stop as well, so that will certainly dropping back down a few spots, but it's good to see that they've got a few new people coming back into the league, which we always like to see.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't discount Vipers just yet because he might fix his damage that he got when he hit the barrier. So you might see him have a little bit of extra speed after his pit.
How's that red wine going, mate? You just on the one glass or the one bottle?
It's close to the one bottle now.
No, you're
Literally finished the class then.
yeah, you're stepping into my territory. I try to just have one or two glasses when I commentate, but then before I know it, the bottle's gone.
It's thirsty work.
Well, I asked for a recommendation, then you both recommended that, so, you know. As a trainee, I've got to do what you say, so.
That's it. Oh, I'm on the Woodstocks tonight. I've been yelling at kids at footy training tonight. And, it was a bit raspy coming in, but yeah, I'm glad that I made it just in time. So this is not a blue flag situation.
No.
I know that AB Saints hasn't done his pit stop, but this is still racing, so he doesn't need to move out of the way, which he probably will.
I don't think so. He's been there a while.
Try and get past him as quickly as possible here because he's getting held up. But AB Saints is well entitled to fight as hard as they can here. Slow him down a bit.
Panda's pulled a 1.2 second gap on Little Bear.
Yeah, this will be frustrating the bejeebers out of M. Harris at the moment, I reckon. As AB goes slightly wide there on exit, but should
might
make
have
the
a-
move.
Yep,
Yep.
he's got the
he's
inside
through.
line here. He's going to get a good run out of on the straight here. I don't think AB Saints will be able to come back from that. No, he's going to have to slot in.
Well, if the guys finish sort of in this racing order, it's going to have a fair bit of a shake up to the team's championship points, I think, which will be interesting, and that's exactly what we want to see.
I'd jump on board, I think, with a few of the other guys. If add too many,
Yep. Team GRT.
keep an eye on those gaps.
Oh, and he goes on the grass there. But he's kept it on the road though.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you've just said that, because I know that Add Too Many is still new to the ACC racing, but Knox, you know yourself, mate, the optimum tyre temperature for these cars in the wet is what, 29.87 or something to 30.5. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's around there. So you want to keep them in that range. I think it's actually 29.5.
And what are we doing? Are we closing up the brake ducts a little bit or opening them up?
Yeah, you want to close them down a little bit. Keep the heat in on the tyres and the brakes. As soon as you get too much sort of coldness to it, you just start losing the pressures and the heat in your tyres, and you just start losing the performance that the tyres are giving you. So you want to stay in that range as much as you can for the whole lap.
And we know with the wets too, mate, like the once they start to overheat, these things start bulging in the middle, which in the wet makes it really difficult to keep to the racing line, unfortunately.
Yep, you just start sliding out then, once you start launching them out too. So it's a fine line to, as you say, a lot of people think ACC is the pressure simulator, not the car simulator. You
Yeah.
want to get them just right.
Yeah, so I know that some of these newer guys will certainly be on a bit of a learning journey with that sort of stuff, and maybe we should have more than one wet race in a season just to help assist that along. But it's definitely a bit of rain makes it more interesting for some of these guys.
Makes it a big learning curve and challenge with the rain curveball, but it's definitely a fun one if you can surmount it. And Barry's asking how Comicool's going.
Yeah, we'll make our way up through that field, just giving these boys a little bit of airtime.
Is this low NZ
that's
on
low NZ
Shaky
on,
K?
on Shaky K. Yep.
A nice little close battle here. Full position as well. The Ferrari versus Audi. Both MR cars.
And both SAR.
Yeah, so
Yep.
team orders here.
No team orders anywhere.
Yeah.
No team orders anywhere.
Isn't that your team vision, K-Man?
What, to allow for team orders that I can actually give them?
That take each other out?
No. Far out. Yeah, Little Bear's closed in a bit on Panda again, so just keeping an eye on that. And just blown out again. Just trying to give a few of the other guys running around there a bit of airtime. I think it's important.
Yeah, it's back to a second now on Team Little Bear and Panda. Let's see how these other little battles are going out. We get a little bit closer, we'll go back to Team Little Bear.
EXO.
Yeah, he's done a good job in the Lexus. Again, I say this every time I commentate, but if you're in a team, try and partner up with somebody that's in the same car to at least bounce off each other with ideas and car setups. And EXO's been a Lone Ranger with the Lexus this season and doing a good job. But yeah, it definitely would have been nice to have someone else in the Lexus as well, just to partner up with him.
Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference if you have a few extra people in the same car. You can all sort of talk about your setups and what works and what doesn't. And Lexus is pulling over.
What's happened there? No, he's just getting out of the road. Look at it.
Is that blue flags to him?
Yeah, I reckon it is.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh no, well, that was no, yeah, it would have been. Yep. He still hasn't done his pit stop yet either.
Well, he's doing the good thing there, but yeah, definitely we're really getting off the racing line there. For the guys out in front. Gary says don't do an Alpine, guys.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Wasn't that messy?
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think Ocon and old what's his name were too happy about that.
Otmire. On board with Sparky and making I want Cobb now. Aiden docking. I might just skip over him.
You want corn on the cob?
Corn on the
A little
cob.
bit of that.
There you go. Here comes the Cobb.
Here he is. Here's the cob. And this has been a great race for him too. He's really shown up the last couple of races. At Alden Park, I think he had a blinder.
Yes.
And now he's showing it again.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. He's just constantly on the improve. You know, we said it last time as well with himself and Kickett, two biggest improvers in Tier 2. Oh, aside from Team Little Bear, of course, but these guys have made some massive changes to their on-road racecraft, which is good to see, which obviously means that whilst they're sitting in their race cockpits, that they're actually enjoying themselves, which is always a nice feeling to have when you are racing and you complete a race and you can step away from it, know that you tried your best and that you had a good result. There's always a nice feeling.
Yeah, you got it spot on there.
Eight minutes to go, okay, man.
Yes, not long.
Vipers still has to pit.
Viper still has to pit. And there's a very good chance that he's in there as a privateer anyway. What we might do, though, it's just... I know he hasn't broken any lap records, but let's just see what sort of lap times he is doing. Done. Here we go. So 33.5, not too far away.
Yep, that's a very good time.
And he hasn't pitted, and that car's not entirely straight.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of loose at that right hairpin there, but
I'm not sure about his strategy there. So he's gone long with a damaged car. So
I'm just thinking. I hope he knows that he's got a mandatory pit stop to do.
Well, he is new, so he can be forgiven if he hasn't.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, then yeah, what a bit of frustration for him anyway. So.
And Team Little Bears dropped off here at the back of Panda. He was about a second behind. Now he's just over 2 seconds.
Oh, the lap traffic,
might have had a moment.
Yeah, or lap traffic maybe.
Quite possibly. We're getting a lot of blue flags here lately.
See whether he can bring that gap down. We'll see. It's already back down to 1.3 seconds. So, there's some good job by people getting out of the road, I tell you. They need to be commended.
Yeah, I think that was at too many again.
Yep.
Someone there on the inside of the track. Like, the guys are...
Everyone's trying to do the right thing, which is great to see. There's nothing worse than being a guy trying to battle for the lead and sort of someone get in your way.
You just got to be careful though. I remember when we did the endurance race there at Bathurst with the driver swap, and I was coming down Conrod Straight following Nick, so shaky, and he went to give me some racing room and went onto the grass and nearly lost it there in front of me. So had a little bit of a hairy moment.
Yeah, you'd like a lot of room though, Ads. So he's only doing the right thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And Cameron does put up a good point. He maybe didn't change his tyres, which is what you have to do when you pit. So he might have pitted for fuel, but didn't change his tyres to another set of wet.
Yeah, quite possibly. Well, we're at 5 minutes to go, guys, and Little Bear is closing in again, just in time to make it interesting.
Yeah. Just in time for me to crack another can of Woodstock, I reckon.
I actually muted my mic and ducked out to the fridge to get another one. Yeah, there's none in the fridge. They're all down in the man cave. Fuck.
Oh, right.
So
The fridge is too far away.
Yeah,
from
so
me,
I'm dry.
I haven't bothered.
I'm dry.
He's down underneath the second now, so he's putting on the pressure now. These two have been fighting the whole race, so it can go either way, and it's just whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, I think.
It's interesting there. If you watch that, the way that Little Bear approaches the start-finish straight, he's nearly always hugging down that inside.
I think if Little Bear can just get onto the back of him a little bit more, apply a little bit more pressure, there's every chance that Panda could make a mistake here under pressure.
Yeah, make him look in his mirrors. I've got to turn my mirrors off because that's what happens to me.
Oh, I'm the same. Cameron gave me some timely advice once, and he goes, "You win, you race by looking forwards, not by looking backwards." So that's what I tried to do. And but sometimes when someone's filling your mirrors up, it's hard not to look.
Yep.
Well, new fastest lap by M. Harris.
M. Harris. So putting the quick laps in at near the end of the race here.
Yeah,
He's
no
moved
bonus
up to
points there.
third too.
Yep. Let's jump on board if we can with Little Bear. This does my head in. Yes.
I think this might be the penultimate lap. Team Little Bear's got to do something now. On the final lap. Can he do it?
He's got nice car control, that's for sure.
Oh, they both have. They've been on it the whole race here.
Just snuck onto the grass just slightly.
Oh, don't follow each other.
He seems to be able to control it even when he touches the grass there. He hasn't lost too much time there. As you can see, just so hard to see where you're going behind someone here. Coming around the final corner here, then Panda had a bit of a gap here on the final lap. A little bit close the gap on it here on the final lap here. Put some pressure, more pressure on Panda. What can he do?
Looks like he's just got a little bit of steer coming through that hairpin especially, but geez, all he's looking at is just a plume of white water. Look, he's not taily, he's not anything, he's just very, very controlled.
A little bit wide there. And again, he's touched the grass. Not going to help his cause. He's pushing hard. We've come down to the final few corners here.
On board now with Panda, Little Bear.
Great effort by these guys.
Great effort.
Superb racing.
Well done.
Yep.
Great drive, Panda. Little Bear.
Neither has finished the race.
And Emma Harris in a respectable third position there too, mate. He'll do his championship. Great justice.
Yeah, great damage limitation there by M. Harris with his with a crash, a celebration there. And Saint Sim
St.
Cobb
Sim in
McCool
P4,
at
Cobb McCool P5. Kick it and
They're
rip it
still going,
P6.
though. I think we're seeing some of probably the best races we've seen from some of these drivers here. So, yeah, great effort from all these drivers here that are showing up.
Yeah, no, it's been a great display from these guys. So what have we got? 3 PRP and old SAR, so 3 different teams in the top 3, which is great to see. Definitely PRT, the Cobb up to 5th, as Stu's just called it, so well done to Cobb McCall.
And Vipers did not do his pit properly, or didn't pit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, so he's probably going to get disqualified for that. Or a big time penalty.
Yeah, I can't remember what the consequence is there, but
90 seconds, I think, isn't it?
Sorry, came in. What was that?
90 seconds, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
great to see GT King in the chat there too, mate. Hopefully you're still enjoying the PC land over there, but with all the superstars, mate. How's your new setup going, Knox? Are you got the PC attached to that as well?
Yeah, I don't race on PC, but it's there for more my streaming stuff now. It's a work sort of PC. I do a lot of my work through there, so it's nice to have a work and gaming PC.
Yep, lovely.
Absolutely.
Like big TV in front of you. Yeah, I've been working on this setup for quite a few years, and it's really starting to come into its own now. So, pretty happy with it.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, another good night of driving put on by these guys. So, round 4 is done and dusted for Tier 2. On to round 5, which I think is Kailami Sprint Round.
That's correct, yep.
Yep.
So
look forward to some more frantic action there.
Yep.
2 rounds there.
M. Harris is unsure whether he'll be attending that event.
Who's that, sorry?
M. Harris.
Okay, yep.
As he's got the birth of his 3rd child booked in for that morning.
Not important.
Nah. Dear. So anyway, we'll wait and see what happens. We'll see how much practice he does between now and then, and whether he doesn't arrive and drive.
Oh, good luck, M. Harris.
Yeah, and good luck to the Tier 1 guys for next week. I'll hopefully, if there's a stream, I'll tune in, and we get some good results there as well.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, everyone on the chat. Cheers for that.
Yep.